Another awesome day crossing the ferry. Just gotta pay quickly. We're back. Whoa. We're back in Bots. We got through the border so quickly. It's so much easier coming back. I'm so glad to be back in Botswana. You have no idea. It's just such a nice place. The people are friendly. Everything just works slightly smoother. Not that Zambia and Malawi wasn't nice to visit, but Bots is just so nice. I really feel for these truckies. I rate we've been driving for 2Ks now at least, and there's still trucks parked back to back, and it's on both sides. It's on this side and on the Zambia side, and these guys have to wait for a ferry. There's only 2 ferries. You can only load 1, maybe 2 trucks if you're lucky on a ferry, and there's, I would say, 60 odd trucks on this side and 60 odd trucks on that side, which means it's give or take 6 or so trucks per hour. It must just be ridiculous to get through if you're a truckie. Anyway, we are heading back to Kasane and I to pick up our fridge, which have been fixed. Oh, there's an engine there. Let's just put in fuel quickly. We're gonna just put in fuel. I've tried to get the fuel as low as possible for when we arrived here, because Botswana's diesel is almost half the price as it is in Zambia and more than half the price that it is in Malawi. So I've been driving with as little fuel as I possibly could, and now we're back in Bots for some nice cheap fuel. And then we're gonna go stay at a place called Senyati, which I'm very excited about. I'm very excited to be back in the bush. It'll be good. Where you going, mate? We've arrived at Senyati. It says it's the bar with the best view in the world. Oh, that's the campsite.
Yeah,
that's very nice. It's got its own ablution blocks and everything. Will it fit you?
Don't think so.
I love this shirt.
That's very cool.
You like them?
Yeah, no, they're pretty, and it's
Yeah, I like
quality
them.
as well that I like.
So that's the bar, and that's the view. Really isn't bad at all. Best in the world? Maybe. We'll see how many leopards come to drink tonight. This is Africa chess. We have the lion, it's the king, and then the lioness.
No, she's a leopard, I think.
Oh, yes.
You can look at the spots.
Oh yeah, it's a leopard.
Leopard is the queen. Ellie. There's a rhino. This guy looks a bit better. This one.
There we go.
Oh, I get my awful nails in.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
And then the hippos.
Yeah, the best.
It's recording.
Okay. Am I going first?
You can go first. You're the lady. Two hippos are making out apparently. Enemies behind enemy lines. Okay, I've been meaning to do this for a while now. Show you guys our camp setup. A lot of people have asked me to do it. So we're going to start on one side, do a quick as possible run through. So this side. First of all, look at that. That's what happens when you don't have a washing machine, or you decide not to do washing for a few days. You just start shoving stuff in. First of all, the canopy is actually built very low. As you can see, most canopies are the same height as the cab. This one is built much lower because of the tent that's on top, so you don't get as much wind resistance. The tent actually sticks out quite a bit over the cab at the moment because we've got all our bedding and our pillows, everything is still in there, and we just close it up roughly. It's actually much lower, so you can almost always just stand and do everything up, do the tent up, etc. You don't have to get onto stuff, get on the car, which often happens with guys that have big roof racks that's really high up. So this side is essentially our clothing side, as you can tell. This is our clothes bag. This is an awesome bag. It's really rugged. It's a Wines to Wales cycling competition bag. Used to only have this compartment here. It's divided in half. So what I did, I cut a hole on the inside. So it's just the aluminium board. Cut a hole. This is where we shovel the stuff that we don't use that often. The recovery equipment is in here. The water tanks in here. We've got an air jack. Air jacks and high lift jacks are highly debatable. Most guys will say, oh, I don't like an air jack, I prefer my high lift. They are more versatile, but they're very dangerous. So yes, you can use an air jack. The reason high lift jack, the reason I got the air jack is because it's just me and Nick. So if something happens and she needs to be able to jack the car up safely, the air jack is much easier, much safer to use. And often it just works a bit better, especially in mud situations where you've got a big base for the jack to sit on, which with a high lift jack you have to put a piece of wood down, and sometimes it sinks and it easily falls over. But it also has its advantages. A lot of guys will tell you that. We've got a few little bride tools in here. It's just a small cubby. It's got a bit of recovery equipment in there. Then obviously second spare wheel. We've got another one at the bottom. We used to have two, but it was such an annoyance to have to open both every time you had to get into the back that I got rid of the one, and we now only have one with a bridle over the top. It's got this little cable lock on it. This thing is just amazing. Not having to clean your grill or having to put it in a bag. You can just pop it over the top, done. It's amazing. Okay. What we have in here is our fridge back. Yay! So this is a basic slider. It's just built out of aluminium angle iron. The reason why I don't like the big drawer systems, number one, very heavy. Number two, if the drawer breaks or something falls in and you can't open it up, then you're slightly in a pickle. So this is very simple. It's a skeleton drawer, so it doesn't have a bottom. It's just a basic structure. It pulls up. It's got the fridge on there. Then here we've got just a container. Also aluminium container that's got all our pots, pans, etc. in here. Then we have two tables that just fit in exactly. I've had them made, or I had the tops made, and then I made the rest of it. Very easy, very simple, very light aluminium table that just fits perfectly in there. Because we're so limited for space, and the canopy is designed in such a way that you can't really put a table under the roof unless you put a roof rack on it. So I ended up making two slots for the tables. The other table is actually here because we just loaded the fridge in and I didn't have time to take it out. Exactly the same, it's just slightly smaller. If I want the tables higher, I have four little legs that just clip in on the end, and the table sits as high as this. It works perfectly. The nice thing about this design is that the fridge doesn't have to get strapped down. A lot of guys have to strap their fridges down. We don't, because it just slides right under. There's a aluminium angle iron piece at the bottom, and then this piece sits up here. This wasn't originally my design, my plan, the way we had it. We used to have the chairs in the side where the clothing bags are and the net and stuff like that. But it was such a hassle to have to unpack everything to get the chairs out if we just quickly wanted to stop for lunch. So I decided I just bent a piece of aluminium, popped it in there. Now the chairs are super easy. They just roll out, and it keeps the fridge down even more. It's loose. It's just attached at the top with a few rivets. Very easy. Everything has lights. There's lights on all the four corners. It's a yellow LED, and it also changes to white. So our shower, you've seen. We haven't actually used this in ages. It's really handy in Botswana, Kalahari, Kalahari, places where you don't always have a nice shower. Washing bucket, you've seen, place for wood, 2 gas bottles. Those we filled them up before we left South Africa, and we've probably got half in that one and a quarter in this one left, and we use it every day to light the fire, boil the kettle, which takes years. From this side, this is next kitchen side, we have the kitchen side over here, so very basic. Once again, you got to always keep this thing basic. The less stuff you have that can break, and the lighter it is, the better. It's a basic drawer. It's got our food containers in there. We just chuck our food in there. Very easy. And on this side, this is a removable container that has cups, plates, bowls, etc. in there. It actually has foam slots, but this is Nicole's.
Foam slots.
This is Nicole's system. Oh, they are somewhat in the foam slots. Okay.
Crazy driving. That's the only reason they are.
We've got the lighter that I just simply clipped on here, which is a nice place. Otherwise, it always gets lost. And this is just another light LED, which I think is just unplugged now. There we go. Yellow, white. Clips in there when you want to use it in the evenings. This side has more recovery equipment, buckles, ropes, tools, a few things in there. The compressor, I don't think it's going to go on. It's a 160 litre compressor that comes in a little bag, and every time you need to pump the tires up, you take it out of the bag, you clip the terminals on the battery, you lay the stupid coiled yellow pipe that it comes with, you got to clip it up. It was just a nuisance. I hated it. I didn't like it at all, so all I did, put the compressor in there, strapped it in, and then I ran 2 wires straight to the main car battery, not the second battery, so that the car, when the car is idling, it comes off the main car battery. And then I just have a hose, which I changed because the stupid yellow spring hoses that it comes with is just absolutely rubbish. So I just bought air hose. It just looks like this. I've got it in a little bag. I just clip it right on the end here, turn the compressor on, and I clip it on there, and the hose is long enough to go to all four wheels. Then we also have our drinking water tank switch. Tank, there's a 90 litre tank in there. Turn the switch on, water comes out. Turn the switch off, water doesn't come out. It's actually a 220 Rand, which is a $20 shower kit with a submergible bulge pump that I just popped into the water tank and strapped it closed, so it works perfectly. This is one of our other very nice. We've done this one? Yeah, we've done the awning. Awning is 270-degree awning that doesn't need poles. It's very easy to clip in. It's actually really, really nice.
Baba Olifant, Baba Liu, Slang. Oh,